This is Sunland Park Racetrack and Casino on a bright and breezy southern New Mexico Sunday. And the biggest crowd of the season is turned out for the 7th running of the Sunland Derby. Well, let's start with the money. $800,000 with an additional $100,000 bonus available to some. It's the second richest 3-year-old race run in North America prior to the Kentucky Derby, and one of the few remaining preps contested on good old American dirt. Then there's the Racing Royalty, a collection of national champions, Hall of Famers, and household names that have come to claim their share of the prize. The festivities began with the post position selection draw. Each member of the 12-horse field chooses a starting spot when their name is drawn. Mayor Marv had the first pick, giving trainer Bob Baffert many options, maybe too many.
I was shocked. I'd forgotten about the draw, and then when they told me I had first pick, it sort of took me back a little bit. Oh, I didn't even really put a lot of thought into that when you're first.
With slightly fewer choices, highly regarded Kelly Leak took the 8.
My first preference actually was going to be the 5-hole because it's my favorite number, my lucky number. But I just chose the 8 because he doesn't have a lot of early speed, and I figured give Mike time to make a decision what to do from that spot.
Last out of the box was Smokin' Legend, and the field was set for the $800,000 plus Sunland Derby. And here come the invaders. A total of 7 Derby starters flew in from California on a special plane designed to carry this valuable 4-footed cargo. Horses like to fly even more than people do, probably because they don't have to go through security. In a relatively short time, all passengers have disembarked and are on their way to temporary quarters at Sunland Park. On the night before the Derby, the track hosted the Sunland Derby Gala, which benefits United Blood Services of West Texas. There's Stan Fulton, owner of the track and the man responsible for the potential $900,000 purse bonanza. Other special guests included the folks behind Pepper's Pride, the New Mexico mare with the world record 19-race win streak. Renowned equine artist Fred Stone was on hand to add the personal touch to his new Pepper's Pride portrait. Also at the gala, John Cook, the mayor of neighboring El Paso, Texas, entertained with a song, and the crowd was treated to the wisdom and humor of the NBA great Bill Russell, who shared stories of his life and his 11 championship rings with the Boston Celtics. And now it's race day, so let's meet some of the stars. Mayor Marv's jockey Victor Espinosa came in with a record of 7 wins in 8 tries at Sunland. You know, your trips here have been so successful, I figured that maybe we'd see you out looking for a house.
I know. Yeah, every time I come here, I get lucky. So, yeah, definitely, huh?
And 2 races before the Derby, Victor added the Sunland Park Oaks to his growing total. 3-time Kentucky Derby winner Bob Baffert was also keen to test the lightly raced Mythical Power.
I'm trying to find out how much they like dirt. They've been trained synthetic, and I think they have to really move forward here, and I'm hoping that the next move is a huge move, and if they can win this one, it's a huge move.
Mythical Power's rider is defending national champion Garrett Gomez, who spent part of his youth around Sunland Park. It was also a homecoming for Kelly Leak's Hall of Fame jockey, Mike Smith. He's a native New Mexican who rode at Sunland in the early 80s. Well, Mike Smith, when you left here, did you ever think you'd be coming back to ride for $800,000?
Well, no, I didn't. We were probably riding for about $8,000 back then, so it's really great for Sunland Park to get a race like this. Hopefully, after this year, they'll get some. It'll be graded where they'll even get even better competition.
And what about today's mount, Kelly Lee?
He's a pretty aggressive colt. If I can get him turned off the first part and in behind that first flight, I mean, off of paper, I think he'd have a big shot.
Other top national stables represented included 4-time national training champion Todd Pletcher with Advice, ridden by John Velasquez, fresh off a Florida Derby triumph the day before. Dumar represented trainer Steve Asmussen, who holds the record for most wins in a calendar year. And 2-time Sunland Derby winner Doug O'Neill sent a pair, including Score with Cater, who has already won here. The locally based contingent was headed by Borderland Derby runner-up Mind That Bird. Sunland regular Casey Lambert hoped his mount could surprise the visiting dignitaries.
I would love to pull a major upset in that deal. There's more Eclipse winners here and Hall of Famers with jockeys and trainers today, and if we could pull one off for the home team, I think it would be a major accomplishment for us.
So, will it be a favorite or a long shot? The field of 12 is headed to the track, and time for the call to the post, Southwestern style. They will go 1 1/8 miles or a little more than once around the Sunland Park Oval. There's Sunland's outstanding race caller Robert Geller making his final preparations to call the Sunland Derby. And here's a look at the odds at post time. The public settled on Kelly Leak as the 2-to-1 choice over Mayor Marv and Advice, both 9-2, and Mythical Power closed at 6-1. Double-digit prices available on the rest of the field. Let's load them with Robert Geller.
Marcus, the cooler, has gone to the line. They're 2 back. Stand by. Score with Cater. And the last along is Smoke and Legend. The start coming up. Smoke and Legend goes in, the $800,000 guaranteed Sunland Derby. They're all in. Locked up. Away and racing in the Sunland Derby. Smoke and Legend began sharply from the outside, and a very nice start toward the rail by Mayor Marv. And Mayor Marv guns for the lead. Mayor Marv with Santa Monica Canyon the Grey poking through on the inside to share it and puts the head in front with a beautiful trail. A length and a half away, Valid Stripes. Mythical Power on the outside. They came away by 3 lengths to Score with Cater. Mind That Bird is next. A break of 2 to Kelly Leak. Back behind them early now, Smoke and Legend. Dumar on the inside. Caught behind Horses Advice, threading between runners now, and Infernal second last. And Marcus the cooler at the back. First quarter 22 and showing the way. Santa Monica Canyon a little bit off the inside with Mayor Marv. They are joint leaders. A length and a half. Valid Stripes had the perfect trip so far. Mythical Powers right there going up to be third. Length to Mind That Bird gaining. A length again, Score with Cater. And Kelly Leak has joined the main pack. They got away by 3 lengths. Then Marcus the cooler followed by Advice. Infernal, Smoke and Legend second last. And last is Dumar. The half was 45 and 1. And as they race inside the half mile, showing out is Santa Monica Canyon. On the outside, Mayor Marv joining them to make a line of 3 is Mind That Bird. 2 away, Mythical Power pushed along. Valid Stripes has dropped off, and Kelly Leak is lying 5th and making ground. Running home is Score with Cater. Marcus the cooler mid-pack, and from the back Infernal and Advice still well behind. Santa Monica Canyon joined by Mind That Bird. Mayor Marv is losing ground, but Kelly Leak's coming at them on the outside as they come for the lane. Kelly Leak joins Mind That Bird, and Kelly Leak deep on the track. And Kelly Leak and Mike Smith have run to the front. Mind That Bird the centre, back on the inside, Santa Monica Canyon. Running home again is Mythical Power and Score with Cater, but it is Kelly Leak. Kelly Leak getting right away. Kelly Leak by 2.5. Battling away is Mind That Bird. Kelly Leak trying to put them away, holding on. Mythical Power in second, but Kelly Leak goes on to win the Sunland Derby by a length. Mythical Power second, Score with Cater third, and Mind That Bird was 4th.
So Kelly Leak, named for that troublemaking character in the Bad News Bears, brings good news to his connections with a rousing Sunland Derby win. The time 1 minute 50 and 2/100 seconds. Jockey Mike Smith makes a triumphant return to New Mexico, winning the richest thoroughbred race in the state's history. And the ownership team of Blayhut, Avila, and Johnson celebrated trainer Mike Mikowski's decision to send their versatile colt to Sunland Park. Looking at the prices, the fans were right in making Kelly Leak the 2-to-1 favorite. He combined with Mythical Power for a $1 exacta return of $23.10. Score with Cater completed a trifecta worth $175.70, and Mind That Bird rounded out the superfecta of $1,364. Well, that's the result you wanted. Did it happen about the way you foresaw it?
Yeah, I was very confident watching him go around the far turn over there, and just the way Mike was looming up. And I know he has a really good quarter-mile kick in him, and and when he was moving up like that on his own, and I knew he had a lot left.
So now he's got plenty of earnings. So now, as you said, you have options.
We have plenty of options with him. As far as where we go from here, he ships so well. He's run great both times off the plane. We kind of out of races at San Anita. Later in the meet of Hollywood, we have races like the Swaps and his Lone Star Derby. There's quite a few options for him. So I'm just going to play it by ear and see how he comes out. And he put a little money in the bank today, so give us a little time to baby him.
Money in the bank indeed. Kelly Leak's earnings grew by $500,000, including a $100,000 bonus because of his prior graded earnings. Mythical Power picks up $176,000, and Score with Cater's connections pocketed $96,000. So Kelly Leak proves he can handle the dirt and the distance, and Mike Smith confirms that you can go home again, especially if you have the right mount to take you there. And it all happened on the biggest day in the history of Sunland Park.